All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out if you tuned in for the first wave. We are on to the mature kids in our Halloween W&L qualifier. Our first qualifier of the season. Of Season 9, we saw some craziness happen in the kids division. Pretty fun course to watch. Big, long course. Cover a lot of ground. We're going to be running the full course format. Basically, this means that if an athlete falls, their run is not over. So there is a point value per obstacle, both in difficulty and in time. Points are awarded for every completed obstacle. Points are based on clear rate and time completed. Time limit is 3 minutes. It's going to be a little bit tighter than the kids division. The kids division, we had one finisher. 2 others were real close. But the final runner in that wave finished. And it was a pretty epic punctuation to the wave. A lot of fun to watch. This time, with 3 minutes, we're going to have to move a little bit faster. Course is just a little bit tougher. Holds are a little bit tougher. Here's a look at the run order here. Looks like we have 18. We have, no, there will be more than that. That's just where our sheet cuts off here. So we'll be back down to the floor at 11:20 for our first runner. Thanks for tuning in to the Mature Kids Division. We'll see you in just a couple minutes. All right, everybody, let's head down to the starting block. We have Scooby-Doo, and it looks like Daphne. Scooby-Doo and his sister Daphne, according to the Scooby-Doo cartoon. Up first in the Mature Kids division, we have an Obstacle Academy athlete named Finna. Yeah, right out of the gate. Ooh, just a hair short on the first reach, no problem. Makes her way onto the post for the cat grab, cat back situation here. This is such a fun move. It looks like her foot just slipped off on the jump. No problem. She knows that every obstacle is worth, has a point value here. It's not fall, you're done. What this format also inherits is a slightly different distribution of where cruxy, difficult obstacles can be. So with the old format in the WNL, if you're not aware, it was if you fall, then your run ceases to be measured. So that's when it ends. So the old school format, you would expect the course to get more difficult gradually as you go. This way, the difficult obstacles are kind of sprinkled in a little bit more randomly. Well, this is definitely a more difficult catch than it was in the kids division. Then it comes up just a hair short. Moving on to the big old magnetic lachey. Looks like she's building quite a bit of swing from one side. Not a terrible idea, I guess in theory. Moving on to the final two obstacles here. The girls go one way, the boys go the other way. Definitely a boost in difficulty in between the kids and mature kids division. Just a couple too, maybe one or two extra swings built up. Probably just a little bit too much momentum to make the lachey comfortable. On to the final obstacle here. Should have time to get it if everything goes well. Starts to set up for a direction change. One final hold to catch. Catches it. Does she have time to build momentum for the dismount, though? It is going to be close. Down to a second. Oh, just short. Awesome run out of Finna. Really tough to start the wave off. It's another look at that catch. You can see the kind of the relief after catching. Back down to the starting block, we have Ryan Parmenter. Gives Scooby-Doo a little hand wipe. Ryan trying to figure out this shield hold. Looks like he's able to figure it out. Going a little bit more dynamic. Can he figure out the cat back? He shuffles around a little bit too long and misses his footing. Building up swing for the lachey to the slider. It's a nice lachey onto it. It looks like his idea was to skip out from the first to the third ring. Moving on to this new lachey here. This is a much more difficult option than the kids division had. Just over a minute left. Ryan looking a little bit tired. We'll pick up this point here pretty easily. Little less than a minute's got 2 obstacles left. This one, he looks like he's looking out, maybe expecting it to be within reach. Switches over to a Lachey technique, makes a pretty good save, but he's running short on time. This is a really complex Lachey, obstacle number 9 on the boys' side here. This is a really complicated swing design. A nice run out of Ryan. Way to show up and compete. Running pretty early is tough, still puts together a really good run. Heading down to the starting block, we have world champion in the previous year, world champion last year, kids division. Now up into the mature kids division, we got Micah Daniel. You can see she's moving comfortably, making that move look pretty easy. We saw the first couple athletes struggling with it. Big dismount, no problem. Moving right on. It's kind of an effortless look to her style when she competes. She might be sequencing her hands here. Probably thinking right, left, right. How am I going to face the blocks? You could almost see the decision making happen in her body language. Nice save on the trampoline. Turned it into a cat grab obstacle. Now this will be interesting. The falls we saw earlier on the obstacles that Micah completed were little mishaps, but we didn't see this one. Even comfortable attempt, so it looked like she had her hands on the ring, but just didn't trust it.
You're gonna make a good job.
Onto the big magnetic drop. Kids division, it was a little bit easier to monkey bar to this magnetic pocket, but the Lego being a tilting hold, it's gonna be much more difficult. No problem for Micah, makes the catch, makes the dismount, gets the clear, only missing 1 point so far. Down to 2 obstacles left, should have time to do it. She doesn't spend real long on this block, but has to build swing quickly in order to give herself some little time budget before the final obstacle. Spinning bar holds should be pretty familiar to Micah. See him all the time in Ninja. 1 obstacle left, 45 seconds to do it. I think she can make it happen. However, this is another brand new hold just for this competition. No issue sliding it along. Sets up for a direction change. No problem on the final catch. Looks like Micah will have a full clear minus just that 1 point. Awesome run out of Micah. Should go as expected. No stranger to the ninja world, no stranger to competitions. There's her Lachey into the delivery pocket. Textbook. Back down to the starting block. We have Maggie Argerit Maggie Larsell. Here goes Argerit. Margaret Maggie Larson. Maggie got to see Micah run, so she knows that She knows what to expect out of the course. She knows Micah. Meg's an elite athlete here at Obstacle Academy on our younger elite team. Trains a lot, trains hard. Little last second hand switch to make sure that she's facing the dismount block. Smart.
Good job, Max. Nice job. You got this.
All clear so far. Making good time, just under 2 minutes left. Time limit's just a little bit tight.
You can do this easy.
So this obstacle is deceptively,
Oh, good try, Maggie.
it's deceptive. The things that you would think, I can't give away any beta or anything like that just in case athletes who are gonna run are listening, but
You got it, Max.
might be easier than you think.
Yeah.
This one, however, is just simply terrifying.
Believe you can.
The truss system that you're looking at, the big metal skeleton that the obstacles are hung from, is 14 feet tall. So the camera angle doesn't do justice to how high up the lache actually is. Even though it's not a big lache, the athletes are so high.
All right, get off it.
There's a better look at it.
You're there.
They just float. They have airtime here. Bam. Nicely done. Smooth dismount, right on the balance, picks up another couple points. Maggie's on to the last two obstacles. About 45 seconds to go. Should have enough time. Just one comfortable catch. Just gotta do it. Hang on to it. Nicely done, Margie. She's got one obstacle left. As soon as she gets out of here, in 20 seconds to do it, she's gonna have to kind of move. It's gonna be close. I don't know if the ticket time here is. She's gonna have to go. She's gonna have to go. Just barely gonna be short on time, but a really good run. Just one little mistake earlier. Just barely runs out of time. What an awesome run out of Maggie. Really, time seemed to be the toughest thing for her. Awesome job. Back down to the starting block. We got Nathan. So Nathan's on the move. Second guesses the dismount. The extra swings will start to work against you. Was able to pick up the clear though. Nicely done. A little bit of extra energy spent, a little bit extra time spent. Oh, just barely misses the cat back. Run certainly isn't over that. Anything can kind of happen. Haven't seen this obstacle completed yet. Still remains to be defeated. This is a tricky position to be in here. Nice save out of Nathan. He's going to have to build up swing. Unfortunately, going into a dead hang on the straps that are long causes you to build momentum from really difficult position. So the hold that he's going to up and to your right is fastened to a magnet. And there's a small inch and maybe 1 3/4 inch hole that he has to grab, but just barely misses it. A lot that goes into that one. It's very high up. It's very precise. And it drops when you catch it. Haven't seen this one completed yet either. Just saw one attempt on it. So we'll see if Nathan... he opts for the lache right away, which is sort of the play, but he's running out of time. You can see him kind of laughing it off a little bit. He's got one obstacle left. Just runs out of time. Struggles a little bit on the hooks. Awesome run, though, out of Nathan. Good to see him out here competing again. Down at the starting block, we got Wesley Stusinski. He's got Scooby-Doo's down there. Awesome job. Saw a couple of the earlier athletes were struggling with that move from the cat grab position to the ring, but it looks like after seeing somebody complete it, after seeing Micah complete it, it sort of unlocks it for the rest of the athletes. Wesley's got a pretty good pace here going. A little miss on the ring. Lines it back up. Faces the block. Second guess is the dismount. Maybe he didn't feel lined up. Got Scooby-Doo there. Just in case he takes a weird fall, Scooby's ready. Let's see if we can get this obstacle unlocked. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it yet. Oh, he catches it. Hopefully that loosens up the feelings about it for the remaining athletes. I think that the athletes we saw on it sort of they might have been a little bit intimidated, but after seeing Wesley unlock it, it's another one that could be a little bit easier than it was being treated. Wesley's having a good run. He's got a little over a minute. Should dance right through this balance obstacle, sort of a transition around the corner. There's 2 obstacles left. Haven't seen this completed yet. Really, really important swing design involved. He'll have to go from this blue hold, holding the outside of it is, it's gonna tilt on you. So 1 obstacle left, he only has 1 fall. Just has to catch this diamond-shaped hold at the very end, and he just barely misses. What an awesome run, though, out of Wesley. Got to see a lot more of the course. Heading on down to the starting block, we have Grace. Grace is on the move. Kind of a good pace, good approach here. Doesn't want to take too long on this one. It's not a super good rest, even though you can use hands and feet, ultimately. Not a great resting position, but gets right through it. Links the dismount in one pull.
You got this.
Looks like she just had the distance, but needed to put her other hand up there too. That obstacle it's certainly deceptive. The things that you might think are a risk while swinging, it might not be. See if she can catch this magnet pocket.
Good try, Peanut. Keep going.
She's putting together a pretty good run out here. She has 2 obstacles left. She's got a minute. One obstacle left, little over 30 seconds. We've seen it completed. Can she line up this diagonal dismount? Pick up one more point. No problem. Just have to build up a little bit more swing. Shouldn't be an issue. Should have time to pick up this last point. Awesome run out of Grace. Nice job, Grace. So look at the female leaderboard. Micah, Margaret, Grace, Finna. Moving down to the starting line, we've got Vivian Och. Nice approach so far out of Vivian. Might be smart to just grab the top right away. See how comfortable that she is making this sort of turned jump. Oh, it was a really nice try. Looks like she's a little bit shaken up. See if she continues. Took kind of a weird fall. Looks like they're going to give her just a second here. Sometimes they'll shake it off and continue. Might be a little bit spooked. Nice try out of Vivi. Unfortunate, kind of an early fall for her. Up next, we got Jake Coltum. Nice approach here out of Jake. I like how he's attacking, but he's not being reckless. Starts to change direction a little bit even as he's navigating down the ring. Super smart. Putting together a good pace, giving himself plenty of time. Hesitates just a little bit on the rope swing to the trampoline. Doesn't quite make it. Looks like he overshoots just a hair. A little bit of an undershoot on the ring, Lachey. Moving on to the big magnetic drop. Can he line up the Lachey? Little bit shy. On to the final two obstacles. Gave himself a little under a minute. If he can figure out the swing right away, should be possible. One obstacle left. It's going to have to be done nearly perfectly to finish. It's going to be tight with a perfect swing. He might be able to get it here, but he's not going to be allowed a lot of extra. Nice job out of Jake Colton. Thanks for coming out and competing, man. Nice work. Down on the starting block, we got Josephine. No problem for Josie so far. Josie, 10 years old, trains here at Obstacle Academy. Little second guess on the dismount, takes one more swing just to be sure, makes it. Been training Ninja for 3 years. He's an advanced team athlete. Little handful of chalk. Putting together a really good run so far. Picking up point after point. See if she can put together a good swing and some commitment here. Just undershoots it. Minute and a half. Handful of obstacles left. Gets herself in kind of a situation there. It may be a little bit closer to use the ring to get to the Lego, but the jump will typically secure both hands faster. See what she's got left for energy here. Uses the post to climb up to the first spinning bar. Second spinning bar just undershoots it. Looks like we have some chat activity here, cheering on Josie. She makes her way onto the last obstacle. You're going to have just over 10 seconds. Does she have the energy? Does she have the swing design? Does she have the will? She's setting it up. She's setting it up correctly. Just undershoots it. Awesome job. Way to put it out there, Josie. Way to come out and compete. See her cousin compete a little bit later. Back down to the starting block. We got Simon. It's like the Simon Peltier. Looks like he's got on a Conqueror shirt. No issue on the cat back. Looks like just a little bit short on the dismount off of the ring. Maybe an extra swing or two just to be certain. The extra swings do add up though over time. Even if they take just a second or two or three. If you have one per obstacle, it can make the difference on making it within the time limit or not. A little bit short on the rope to trampoline. See, Scooby-Doo is ready. Ever the vigilant. It's a little bit short. So far, this is proving to be probably the hardest part of the course. We've seen it completed one time. May just look like a simple ring lache. Building up for the giant magnetic delivery drop. It's hard to overstate how massive this obstacle is. It takes two cameras to really do it justice here. Just misses. Just barely misses. Final two obstacles. This is also proven to be kind of a tough obstacle. Hopefully we can see it unlocked as we get further in. Simon might have maybe enough time if done perfectly. Zips over to the final obstacle just to get his hands on it. Timer counts down. Nice run. Way to push it right until the very end. You didn't see Simon sort of gradually quit or anything like that. Just runs it out to the very last second. Nice job. Thanks for coming out and competing, Simon. Down at the starting block, we have the Moose. Got Miles King. We're going to take a quick battery change break after Miles. Miles is ready to run this thing. Miles is on an elite team, on our younger elite team here at Obstacle Academy. Rocking that jersey proudly. Taking a good hard look at this movement backward. Might be kind of a new move for a lot of athletes. Sort of a cat grab, cat back, backward. Picks up another point. Takes a look at where he's going to lâcher. Jumps onto the rings. Starts to build right away. Looks like he has enough for the lâcher. Fumbles and catches it anyway. It's like he took one more long, slow breath. Starts to change his momentum side to side as he travels down the rings to set up for the dismount earlier. No issue, rope swing to trampoline. Picks up another point. Moving on to what is sort of proven to be the first real crux of the course. Ring lâcher. Just undershoots it, it looks like.
Don't let it get to your head, Moms. Get the rest.
It's got about a minute. Got about a minute left.
Match on the far side. Nice.
Might have to pick up the pace a little bit here to get as many points as possible. Finish might be out of the question based on time, but should be able to make this catch. Get one or maybe two more points. A little soft on the lâcher. Looks like he's shaking his hands out.
Get the rest.
Knows he has to pick up this point. Try to get everything that he can. With only a few seconds left. Double checks with the judge if he can use the post. Looks like the clock's running right out. Takes a look at Scooby-Doo, gives him a double fist bump. Did an awesome job. Gonna see his brother run a little bit later. So we're gonna take a couple minutes to change some batteries. Let our resetters and judges catch their breaths real quick. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Hi, my name is Lorna and my sister is Captain Baloney. I got to coach my sister, Captain Baloney, through the course today. Nice, Joan. I think she did really well. She's pretty upset that she fell on the last obstacle, but she took a risk, and I'm proud of her for taking that risk.
All right, we are heading back down to the floor with Finn Arribas. So we've seen Finn over the years since he was just a little kid. Pretty explosive athlete. I always remember him generating a ton of swing out of nowhere. When he was younger, it didn't matter if he needed the swing or not. He would just generate it. Pretty explosive. Real comfortable in the air. He's always looked real comfortable in the air. We'll see. Competitions are harder now than they ever have been. The high-level stuff just trickles its way. It used to just be in the elite division occasionally at the very end sometimes, and then it started to... The athletes competing in elite started to get younger and younger, and then the MSN came along and lit a fire under everybody. And now in the mature kids division in the WNL, you see courses that would rival some of the earlier pro division courses. Nice work out of Finn. He picks the spot. He was swinging circular, and he picks the degree that he needed to dismount at just about perfectly. No issue. Lachey trampoline, kind of a tricky move. Moving on to the first sort of crux spot in the mature kids course. I don't anticipate that Finn will underdo it here. Just barely. It looks like he had his hands in it, but just didn't trust the catch. Good thing we have a mat on that back wall. Looks like he's kind of second guessing it. Getting onto the Lego itself is seems to be kind of a tricky part. Bounces around a little bit. Moving on, running a little bit short on time. Just got a couple obstacles left. The clock's gonna be kind of unfriendly, it looks like here. Looking where he has to Lachey, just runs out of time, but does a perfect Lachey to the delivery. Nice run out of Finn. Seeing him again, gets a double fist bump from a coach. And then we're back down to the starting block. Got Marcus.
Good old Marky.
Good old Marky. Marky said I saw him in the warm-up area earlier. He said that he was dressed as a frog. So I had a debate with one of our camera people earlier. I said, doesn't Froggy look like he's dressed, or doesn't Marky look like he's dressed like a frog? And one of our cameraman said, no, there's no way, you're just being ridiculous.
Which cameraman was that?
It was T-Money. He's our main camera operator.
Wow.
And he said, no, that's just how he dresses.
Marky
Awesome job out of Marky so far.
recently bumped up to Coach Travis's team, Elite 1A.
Yeah, he bumped up to Coach Travis's team. I remember it was a really funny thing. They had a Lachey competition on who could Lachey from bar to bar further, and Marky was the first athlete of the day to beat his coach in a distance Lachey. I think Marky did, what did he do, 8 or 9 feet? I think his coach did just under 7. See if Marky can unlock this. I do trust his ability to Lachey. Wow, that was textbook. He might have even over Lachey'd it just a little bit, but I guess without a whole ton of completions on it so far. Marky's really putting together a good run here.
Thing is, I think he has more time than most others have had getting to here.
Yeah, he is a little bit ahead, still catching. I'd like to see him start linking through. Even though he's putting together a pretty clean run, he does have 2 obstacles left. 30 seconds per obstacle isn't a ton, especially because we haven't seen this one completed, so the athletes might not be sure about how difficult the swing design can be from hold to hold here. The way that they're rigged could be a pretty new. Sometimes it's not something you can train for. When we're setting, sometimes we'll rig something up to really restrict swing in a certain direction, and then it takes being on the actual hold to figure it out. And it looks like Marky's just doing it. He figures out the direction just fine. He just underdoes it a little bit. Jumps right into the final obstacle. Will he have time to catch this final hold? Just a couple seconds. He's going to have to go now. And he gets his hands into it. What an awesome run. Hits the buzzer.
Puts himself in first place.
Puts himself in first. Puts himself in first place so far. Back down at the starting block, we got Victoria Wren. It's like our cameraman Jeremiah's trying to line things up down there, doing his best. I think we're getting the final questions answered. And then right out of the gate flying. Kind of a cool color scheme to Victoria's outfit here. Kind of like a cotton candy look.
Victoria's at a 6:05 Ninja.
Yep, Victoria trains out of 6:05. No issue with the cat back to the ring. Moves like that can be scary if you're not used to it, if you're not used to that perch scrambly. Looks like she lost a Band-Aid. Lines up for the slider, Lachey. Perfect. Moving along pretty comfortably so far. We got a lot of buddies down there at 6:05. Just short on the dismount. Moving up, so we've seen this obstacle completed a couple of times, and when they catch it, it looks like a Lachey to a ring, and when they don't, it looks awfully difficult. So we'll see what Victoria, I know they do a lot of big movement at 6:05. She has the Lachey, it's just a matter of putting both hands out there. Ups to grab one side and then pull up into the other one. Takes a little bit more energy, but potentially has less risk. Onto the magnetic drop. Yeah, nice catch out of Victoria. The shorter you are, the higher up that thing feels. And in these younger divisions, they spend a lot of time in the air. Nice work out of Victoria. Doesn't even really look winded or tired, despite doing probably 150 feet, linear feet of obstacle.
Gonna have to pay attention to the time here.
Yeah, getting a little bit close on time. I think that she has enough with some efficient swing design here. Let's see, above the bars do spin.
Went for La Resistance.
Yep, she went for the two hands facing forward method. Way to attack until the very last second. Awesome run out of Victoria. Way to come out to the first qualifier of the year. Moving on down to the starting block. We got Elias Kirchner. It's like his coach or dad is rocking the Backyard Ninja Kids shirt. Let's train out of Ninja U. Pretty good approach so far. Not taking a whole ton of extra swings or anything. Looks like he's reaching for... He might have been reaching for a ring in the next obstacle by accident. Ends up lining it back up, figuring it out. Position for the slider, Lachey. Trucking right along. 2 minutes left. Position here to dismount backward, but looks like he has the angle correct. Doesn't commit to it though. That might have been the best swing to commit to it. It's the extra swings will really haunt you if pulls it off though. Maybe spends a little bit more time, a little bit more energy than was planned. A little bit short on the trampoline. Plenty of obstacles left though. Little over a minute, should be able to pick up another couple points. Little short, yeah, little short on the ring, Lachey. 50 seconds. And 4 obstacles left. Opts to just skip the ring. Might be a good idea. If you're comfortable with your jump and how accurate you can be with your hands, it might be the idea. Let's see what Elias has got for the magnet. Lachey, no problem. Running a little low on time, but luckily picks up this point. Should get this next one here, no problem. Might not have time for the very end here. Just barely runs out of time. Nice run out of Elias. Shout out to our buddies out there at Ninja U. Thanks for coming on out. Heading back down to the starting block. So this is a pretty anticipated run. The kids division had one finisher, the very last runner. And it was August's brother. So now let's see. Let's see what Augie's got.
August recently moved up to my team.
Yeah, August moved up to an elite team from an advanced level 2 team.
Says he looks up to his teammate Miles King, who ran earlier.
Yeah, his teammate ran earlier. Miles, a lot of the younger elite team runs in this age group here, mature kids. Can see him getting a head start on his swing, even right off of the block. As long as he keeps up this pace and tenacity, Could potentially have a second finish within the family, not taking any time between obstacles. Sequences his hands correctly for the dismount, starts to change directions as he travels down the rings.
Really powerful swing generation, too.
Yeah, if you'll notice, he let go. He was dismounting off of 2 rings, let go of the first ring mid-swing to sort of use the circular motion and pick the few degrees that would allow him to dismount in the correct direction. See if he can commit to this ring lâché here. No problem. Oh, he had his hands on it, but doesn't quite commit. It's tricky to commit. It really does get into your head with the fact that the ring you catch is not fastened with a strap. You know, it's on a hook. Really gets into their head, it's looking like. Augie, no problem on the magnet lâché. He's going to have to build up a little bit of momentum here, but he's given himself a ton of time to try the last few obstacles. He's seen them attempted. He hasn't gotten to see them completed yet. And,
a little over a minute left.
Yeah, neither have we. He should have time to do it. If he doesn't spend an unnecessary amount of time on this obstacle and really commits early to the last obstacle, then we could see it happen. But does he have it in him to figure this out as he swings? Just a little bit short. Really is a tricky one. See what he has left in the tank. He has the time to do it as long as everything goes well and he doesn't get tangled up. But we will just see. He's got one more move to make here. It's a tough lâché to line up. It's a tricky hold. If you can notice, you reached on the underside of this diamond. Just fingertips. Maybe his hands could have been a little bit deeper, but awesome run out of Augie. We'll see where that puts him. Augie puts him in 3rd. Looks like it puts him in 3rd place. Back down on the starting block, we have Clara, who I also believe moved recently.
Very recently.
Very recently.
Maybe a week and a half ago or so?
Maybe a week and a half ago. Became an elite team athlete. It was in the past month or two, it just didn't make sense to have her at the advanced level anymore. Let's see if she can go here mentally. Just a little bit short, brand new move. Pops right up, moves on. Looks like she's focusing forward, not going to let that little mistake get to her head. So right back into the flow of things.
Clara looks up to her teammate Micah, who's currently sitting in 1st. So we'll see if she can channel any of that energy.
Yeah, it's a good athlete to to look up to. I mean, she's a world champion. Currently 1st place. That's a good pace in kind of attack mode. Couple long, slow breaths before hopping on. Just a tiny bit short, little handful of chalk.
Okay, kiddo, you got it.
So it may be smart what she just did. We'll see. She kind of reset to the block. Maybe she feels trying to figure out the best direction to approach this Lego at. Just gets a little bit out of sequence.
Take your time on the balance.
Moves right on, picks up the point for the balance.
All right, take a deep breath. You got
So I think she has time for the spinning bar to spinning bar lache, but it's going to be tight to try to finish both of the final obstacles. Does she have the power left to build enough swing and absorb impact on the catch? Just barely. Just a couple seconds left. Will she jump up there just to feel it? Judge counts her down. Awesome run out of Clara. Last seen her out here competing. Back down on the starting platform. We've got Skylar, another elite athlete. Skylar's little brother ran earlier, Riker. Unbelievably hard worker, unbelievably fast learner. One of our, I guess in the grand scheme of things, she's one of our newer athletes, but just a combination of the rate that she learns and the intensity that she trains at has made her one of our best athletes on the course. Great endurance, good swing design too. She had a relatively recent injury that she just came off of. I think she was on like a hoverboard or something. Fell off a hoverboard. Yeah, she hurt her tailbone. She was on a hoverboard and the hoverboard went forward and she sat down hard on the concrete.
It's never fun.
It's never fun. Let's see if she puts together this kind of tricky lache. Looks like she underswings it just a hair. Can be frustrating because I feel like in her mind she might be like, man, if I had another try at that, I would nail it. She builds a tiny bit of momentum here and then harnesses what she's built. Probably one more swing. Let's see if she puts it together. Must not have felt lined up. Nice lache to it. Hangs right on. Just gonna have to get off of there. These extra swings can definitely catch up to you. It's a real big dismount. Nicely done. I'm glad we put that second block there. We knew kids were gonna come cooking off of that thing. 50 seconds. You can see the windedness just starting. You can see the effort she's putting into it. She knows she can catch a spinning bar, but can she catch it now? Just barely.
It's a lot of those obstacles that you have to build momentum on, kind of back to back over in that corner.
Yeah, the power section. Power section, and then there's some tech skill involved here. Can she line this up? And will she have the time? That's a little bit of an awesome run out of Skylar, though. For being a new athlete, putting in the work. Awesome job. Great run. Looks like it puts her in fourth. Up next, we got Drake.
It's all of my kids back to back.
Yeah, there's a line of them in a row. Drake's another one. Been doing awesome lately. Hang out with his little brother a little bit during his practice. He's usually out in the viewing area.
Both of them are like the sweetest kids in the world.
Yeah, these are great. They're a great couple kids.
Drake says he looks up to Caleb King, who's Miles
Dang.
King's older brother.
Those Kings, man. Zips right down. It's kind of a good approach here. It doesn't look like he's taking a ton of time. He saw his teammates start to build sideways momentum as they went. Tiny mistake that could have been 3/4 of a second, but probably felt like all the time in the world to him while he's up there missing the ring. Rope, trampoline, lachey, dismount, on to the next one. We got a little under 2 minutes. Will he commit? He just about gets it. It almost looks like he could have linked through the dismount. I wonder if the other kids who watched that, how close that was to a link through on the dismount, will kind of take the information that they just got and bake it into their plan. Well, he didn't really hesitate. He gave himself enough time to complete these last two if they're done right.
He's got to get that swing design down fast on this one.
Yeah, this is unforgiving if you're lined up and you don't commit, this gets really unforgiving.
Just have to ask Coach Skinny about that one.
Yeah, I remember Coach Skinny had a lot of trouble on this one. He probably tried it, I don't know. I think almost everybody flashed it. Skinny, I think, tried it until about midnight. He called us and said he never got it. Drake gets really, really close, much closer than I remember Coach Skinny getting.
Let's go, Drake. Just a couple more moves.
Yeah, one more good unhook and rehook, and some big. He's got the cane twisted. It looks like he took it out and then put it back in. It looks like he's got it twisted. Can he do it? Can he make the catch? With perfect swing, he can do it. But he has to catch it. He has to commit. He almost has to link. Oh, he was in it.
Yeah,
Couple
short.
extra swings. It looks like he might have had the energy to hang on, but that hook just came back to haunt him. Great run out of Mr. Drake.
Puts him in fourth.
Yeah, that puts him in fourth place. That's a good run. Back down to the starting block. Teddy. Another Obstacle Academy athlete. Second guess is the dismount, but comes right back for it. Can see kids a lot more comfortable on this cat back to ring scenario. I think some of the earlier athletes, something even just a little bit new like that when it's early in the course. Once you see if a few kids fall on it, you can think, okay, maybe it is that hard. And that type of thinking can chew away at your mental game. Teddy's making pretty good time here. Last I remember, he was an advanced athlete.
Still is on Coach Skinny's team.
Yep, still is on Coach Skinny's team.
Says he actually looks up to Skinny.
He looks up to Coach Skinny. It's like physically, yeah, he's shorter. That has to be the only reason.
Mentally.
That has to be I don't believe that there's another way to interpret that. Nice try on that one out of Teddy. Looks like he wants to commit to the reach. Nice job. Nice lock-off strength.
It's going to be a lot of power to build here.
Yeah, he got himself into a perfect dead hang. But that's some pretty fast momentum generation. That's leg lifts. Leg lifts and pull-ups are good exercise for that, if you guys are wondering. Oh, he comes up a little bit short, bounces off the mat, pops right back up, picks up the point for the balance. And honestly, he actually has quite a bit of time on these last few obstacles. We'll see what he's got left in the tank.
Let's just hope he doesn't take Coach Skinny's swing design.
Yeah, if there's one thing you don't want to inherit on this specific obstacle, it's the way that Skinny was doing it.
Oh.
Still a little bit closer than his coach got. So we've got one left here out of Teddy. Can he do it? Man, it would be cool to see him catch this. I know that all of these athletes are going to want these obstacles to stay up for a good week afterward to try them, because the ones they fell on, they're certainly going to want redemption. A real nice try out of Teddy. What a great run. I don't remember him being that good, but I guess he's been around for a while now.
He's been
Time
working
goes
hard,
fast.
man.
And time goes fast the older you get. Ellie Baranowski. I feel like Ellie currently moved up teams too.
Advanced 1.
That's an advanced. Ellie's an advanced athlete now. Let's see. See what she's got.
You know, sometimes I forget we have this many kids.
Yeah, they. You know, and if you're no longer responsible for a significant portion of them anymore, it feels like they start to grow just rapidly. Let's see if she can put it together. Just a tiny hesitation. Should be fine, though. Moves right on. Plenty of course left. That's really just the very beginning. Only 40-some seconds in. Nice lâcher to the slider. Starts to shuffle it along. It's like she found her flow again after that early fall. So there's the dinosaur resetting stuff in the background, or a dragon. Resetters just misses. Our resetters are... It's funny, they're siblings. We have 2 resetters, they're siblings. We always put them on reset together.
I'm pretty sure they're like twins,
Can tell by
right?
looking at them. Moving on. Fortunately, she falls off the climb up to the first component within the lâcher, but that's fine. Just fingertips. Can she save it? Can she save it? Come on, Ellie. Come on. Just barely. Shout out to good camera work there, letting us know up close what was going on. Could see her fingers just dancing around the edge, trying to get onto the Lego rail. Onto the spinning bar lâcher. This is a big, powerful move for the end of a course. She's eyeballing. You can see the focus on her face. It's a little bit short. One more obstacle, just under 30 seconds. It is enough to do it, but can't get caught up. It's really tricky, these holds that you can't shake one hand out on a time, especially if you're changing directions. Sometimes at the end of a course, you want to shake out one hand and just look what you're doing and realign mentally for just a second, but you can't. Oh, that was about as close as you can get. What a great run out of Ellie. Thanks for coming out and competing, Ellie. Nice work. Down to the starting block, we have Landon. Landon looks like he's rocking a Ninjas United shirt.
Yeah, he's actually coached by Sean over there at Ninjas United.
Coached by Sean. Sean's still over there doing Ninjas United?
Sure is. At least I think so.
Like Landon's getting himself lined up. Cat grab, cat back. No problem. Ring, ring, dismount. No problem. Onto the diagonal slider lâché. That's good work. Finds a nice cadence on the slide and push and pull of his movement on the slider.
Nice swing design.
Yeah, that was pretty close to as efficient as you can be, minus the first reach. Nobody has linked right through the bounce to block. Nobody has lâchéed and bounced off the trampoline to the block yet. Can he unlock this lâché? How many people will we see get this lâché? 2?
I think we're sitting around 2 right now.
2? Oh,
Make that 3.
Way to commit to it. That's something that really, man, it can mess you up mentally to see a whole bunch of people fail something when it could be as simple as a lâché to a ring, you know. But shout out to Landon pulling through on it. See if he can catch this giant magnet drop. And he does it. Textbook. Moving on. Got a little less than a minute. Doesn't have a whole ton of time left, but I think he has exactly enough to do it if it's done well. And I mean, like, really well. Like, nothing extra. No extra swings. No hesitation. He's going to have to line this up right away. Where do you kick to build? You can see him feeling out the direction in his hip. Oh. Yeah, it was smart. Both of the ones that we've seen get really close had the direction perfectly. They underestimated the amount of power you need to get to the middle of the hold. Obviously, if you catch one side of those things, they tip. Ooh, can he get it? Okay. I was hoping he wasn't going to commit to that swing.
Let's go, Landon. Come on.
Just about. What a great run out of Landon. Nice job, the NU crew.
Puts him in second.
Yeah, that's second place to...
I think he was the last male.
Mr. Markey. That was it for males, huh?
Yeah, we're actually on our last runner right now.
Down to the floor for our final runner, Genevieve Castaneda. Wow, we have a... This is the last runner for Mature Kids.
Last runner on Mature Kids.
This is our hope. This is our final hope for a finisher. No matter what,
awesome costume.
I think Genevieve wins the costume contest, and it's not close. Because nobody else dressed up. Did nobody else
Marcus was a frog.
Oh, Marcus was a frog. Right, that's right.
But not according to Coach T-Money.
Not according to Coach T-Money.
Let's go, Genevieve.
Here we go, Genevieve. Makes the catch. She had Scooby-Doo holding his little dog breath out there. He does have dog breath. You ever notice that about Coach Skinny? No matter what he's wearing, man, oh man, does his mouth smell like animal.
It's pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah, I don't even have a sense of smell, but I get emails and I get phone calls from people saying, can we do something about Skinny's breath?
Sometimes you can just tell when he's in the gym.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't even have to be
because the
close to
paint
him.
on the wall starts to peel. That was a gorgeous save on the last obstacle there by Jenny, but comes up a little short on the slider lâché.
One of Coach Zach's intermediates.
Yeah, Coach Zachy is Genevieve's coach. Zachy's got a ton of kids, man. He has a ton of kids. He has a ton of kids who compete a ton. So he's got his name all over everything. You know, he's got his kids everywhere. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of homework. Otherwise, he'd be here hanging out, watching his kids compete. Can she figure out the reach to this Lego? She's looking at it like, what are you doing to me? What are you... Cooperate.
See, grabbing on the front side means that lip just kind of...
Yeah, the Lego tilts. You know, when you try to grab it, you either have to overshoot it like she just did. Look at that one-hand strength. Oh,
so strong.
Yeah, I thought she was going to finish that. Moving on to the balance. Should pick up this point real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Another point for Genevieve. Probably has time for just this one more if she sends it right away, and I mean builds a lot of swing from nothing instantly, which it is possible. Coming down, yeah, time just runs out on her. Awesome run out of Genevieve. Gives a fist bump to Scooby-Doo. That was the very first W&L that Genevieve has done. You can see the look on her face. Like that was a lot of work. Gets a high five. Strong kid. So we're going to tally up some scores, make sure everything was entered correctly into the system, make sure the app functioned the entire way. We're going to set up a podium. Looks like Scooby-Doo's setting up a podium down there. And we'll meet you down on the floor for awards in just a few minutes, folks. Thanks for tuning in to our Mature Kids Division and our first World Ninja League qualifier of the season here at Obstacle Academy. See you in a few minutes.
Sister is Captain Baloney. I got to coach my sister, Captain Baloney, through the course today. Nice, Joan. I think she did really well. She's pretty upset that she fell on the last obstacle, but she took a risk, and I'm proud of her for taking that risk.
All right, Everybody, we are headed down to the floor here, it looks like. Looks like our podium's already there. There's Scooby-Doo, microphone in hand. Looking like he's looking confused, which is okay. There he is,
Alice, I need
looking around, ready to give out some awards to the Mature Kids Division. That was a hard course. I thought we'd have a finisher or two, but had a couple that were real close.
All right, you guys ready for some podiums? All right, we're gonna start with the ladies first. In third place, we have Grace.
There goes Grace, make a podium.
In second place, Margaret.
And Marge.
And in first place, Micah.
And Micah. All three, same team. Train together.
All right, thank you, ladies.
Wear
Go ahead and
Crocs
hop
together.
on down. All right, for the boys, in third place, we have Wesley.
Awesome run out of Wesley, too. He ran pretty early.
In second place, Landon. In first place, Marcus.
And Marky. It's got to be his first WNL win. Nice work, Mature Kids.
Good work. Ladies, can we have you hop on up, please? Just the one with the medal.
Podium ladies.
Here we go.
You guys will all
All right.
There's a look at your podium.
Go.
Mature Kids Division.
All right, can everybody else hop on?
Nice run out there. Here's a look at all the Mature Kids in the whole division. Squeezing on in.
Kids, thank you for coming out for our first WNL.
Awesome job. Way to kick off season 9 here at Obstacle Academy, everybody.
All right.
It's like they're getting handed out candy. I could see their expressions change. We have next the preteen division. We're going to get some obstacles reset, get some courses reset, change some batteries around, and we'll see you back here for the preteens. Thanks for tuning in. It's Hunter Gerard here at Obstacle Academy.